Welcome back. Day 18.
18. Woo. And it's
Yeah.
Friday.
For you, it's Friday. But yes, it's Friday when this will air. And I always think the 18th is always like a triggering number for me because it's 1 week before Christmas. 1 week.
It is exactly, isn't it? Next Friday
Yes.
will be Christmas Day.
Yes.
So are you ready?
No.
Christmas? No.
No, but I did mail a package to my sister today, and probably I can talk about it because I don't think she watches these things. She's not a knitter. She's not a knitter, and she works a lot and she doesn't have a lot of discretionary time. So I'm pretty sure she's not watching. But if you are, Carla, don't turn it off right now.
Yeah.
So I mailed her Christmas present today, and she likes the homemade salsa that we make from all the garden things, the peppers and the tomatoes and onions and all the things that we grow ourselves. And then I make the same salsa recipe every year. Well, I haven't seen her since February, right? Since all the whole COVID thing happened, I haven't seen her in a long time. And usually at some point during the summer, since she's only like 8 hours drive away, I would see her at some point in the summer. We would go visit or camping, or we'd meet halfway or something. But I haven't seen her to share any salsa. But mailing, home canned like glass jars, I'm not going to mail that, right? It's heavy and fragile, and so
expensive.
I freeze dried it.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, this
year. How do you do that? Have you got a freeze dryer?
Yeah, we bought one this year. Last spring, we bought a freeze dryer because we raised so much produce for our own use, and then also, we can dehydrate meals, so we have things that are ready for work or backpacking trips, so it's not dehydrated, it's actually freeze dried. So It's a much safer way to preserve like dairy and meat than just
my
drying.
only experience with freeze dried is I bought freeze dried raspberries, and they're kind of crunchy. Yeah. Really yummy. And I've had freeze dried ice cream. That's really delicious.
Yeah. Yep.
But so how
I can do that?
Dried dried meals, like for camping, you reconstitute it with water. Yeah. How do you make a freeze dried? Is it still crunch? Like, because the texture's so different when it's not like I don't know, jerky, which is all chewy.
No. It will rehydrate. It should be just like it was when it was fresh. And so, for example, my husband made some beef stew, so there's the meat and the little chunks of potatoes and carrots and, it's stew. And so you put it on the trays and you run the machine through its program, and it's all dry and freeze dried, and so then you pack it up in this little bag with a Ziploc top, and then you seal it. And then when you rip the seal off, you heat seal it like in America. I don't know if you have these or not, the seal a meal kind of thing. Yeah. So it's just a heat seal. But then when you open it, you rip that off, and then you open the Ziploc or the, reclosable top. You just add your boiling water up to where the food in there is barely covered, and then close that and leave it for about 10 minutes, and it all just rehydrates when it's. Yeah.
And then what's the texture like?
It's the same as before you freeze dried it. It's the same as it was when you made it fresh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, that's so cool because you like hiking and camping a lot too, don't you? So
yes. So we make homemade meals instead of, the commercial ones that have all the additives, preservatives, and things.
They're not very nice, really.
I don't like them very much. So we take homemade food with us when we go backpacking. So, and it's neat. My husband can take things to work because sometimes he's not able to get back to their shop or their break room. Sometimes he's out on the road during their lunchtime, and he could just take hot boiling water in a thermos and then do that for lunch. Yeah.
That's cool. So he gets a nice hot lunch.
Yeah. And so I sent my sister some homemade salsa that was freeze dried and with little instructions. And then I put a couple of knitted ornaments in there wrapped up, and then we made a card. My kids are very artsy, obviously. So they made a card with watercolors, and yeah.
That's the best present. I love it. Oh, that's great.
So what have you been up to?
Well, I was going to ask you about your knitting, but yeah, I got onto the lace of my.
Oh.
And then yesterday I was thinking, oh, I should try and finish this before our video is finished for December. I don't know if you can see that very well.
That's lovely. Now, is that a similar chevron pattern? Is that a similar chevron pattern to what you have in the Inara?
Very similar, yes. Just goes a little bit further. Yep. It's one that I love.
Yeah.
I don't know where the front is now. Yeah, that's the front. Yeah.
Okay.
So we shall see. My mission now is to finish that so I can wear it on an episode. But we'll see. I might not. I might,
but
though,
you might,
since I'm a monogamous knitter.
Monogamous knitter.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking a lot more about our conversation about that. And I actually talked to my husband and I'm like, how invested are you in that giant Afghan? I don't know. I'm really going to have to think about that. So we'll have to talk about our podcasting. You know, I'll do a video about what I think is the criteria for frog it or finish it and whether, you know, whether it's worth your time. So for viewers that don't know, I have a very huge project that's like a king size Afghan and it's giant. But since we just finished the block of the month, the Nora's vintage Afghan, that's very large as well. And I'm like, do I really need two? And I have cats, and do I have a bedroom? I don't have a guest room specifically where it would never be seen, but there wouldn't be any pets on the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when would you use it? The practical.
The only way I'm really going to use it is if it's under the bedspread or under the duvet, you know, or the top. Then you can't see it. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's covered in cables.
And it's a lot of knitting time that you could spend on making a sweater or something, couldn't you? And the yarn.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, it's going to require some conversation.
I wonder if you could repurpose, you've made one block, you could put that aside and then the next baby that comes along could be a beautiful little baby throw quilt.
It's very heavy and it is wool. It's bulky weight yarn. It's very heavy and it's not superwash. So I don't know.
So it's not really a baby thing. Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah. Or a cushion, a big pillow to put on.
Oh, yeah. That might be good.
You could fold it in half so it's not as big.
Maybe.
So you're not wasting. Yeah. So do you apply the Marie Kondo, does it spark joy? Question?
I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to think about, do I feel compelled to finish it because I love it and I will use it and it's practical, or will I be better off, you know, tearing it out, steaming the skeins, you know, and repurposing that yarn for something else, or, you know, donating that yarn or felting it, or or selling the skeins that are brand new that have never been touched. And then, I mean, I don't know. There's lots of
possibilities.
It
sounds like it would be amazing yarn for garments for around the farm, though.
Yeah, I don't feel really super invested in the outcome of it right now. There's other things I'd rather do. So, yeah.
Look at you. You've decided to frog it.
I know, probably. And my husband's like, I don't really care that much. I'm like, okay. He loves that Nora's vintage Afghan. He was invested in that because he chose all the yarn for it. We got on the website and he chose all the colors. So
and you finished it.
Yeah. And it was a block of the month tutorial on the channel. And so it took almost 2 years to finish it. So because there was 20 and then we did the assembly and then we did the border and it was a big deal. So, and they're like 14-inch blocks and there's 20 of them. So it was quite large. Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, well, I don't really feel like we need another big Afghan. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's other things you can knit. Because it's a lot of time to finish the king size one. A lot of time. And we only have so much knitting time.
And I really enjoy fingering weight yarn more, you know, rather than bulky.
Yeah, fun maybe for a sweater, but for a huge, huge project.
Yeah. I noticed you have a new sweatshirt.
I do. It just arrived yesterday. It's I've got a t-shirt version of it too, so I'll hold it up closer so you can see. It's made out of knitting font.
Nice.
And yes, I have a confession. I got the mug.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The mug actually came a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this came from the US. I ordered it in November and it just came yesterday. I was just starting to wonder if it would make it or not. But yes, I did choose the peaked early, and maybe Jana can pop up the other version, which didn't peak. So there's two choices. People were able to choose if they wanted to get some Advent merch, which I just kind of did spontaneously the last minute for a bit of fun when in the Ravelry group there's a spoiler thread which I do peek in, so I look at partly because I'm a moderator and I have to make sure everyone's being good in there, which of course they are. Like, I don't really have to moderate hard in that group at all. But yeah, I like having a peek. It's pretty great, actually. I always think, come on, unwrap your kits and show me. So I confess I didn't peek in there. I'm not sure if there's a spoiler for the kit that I am unwrapping, but Terina asked if I wanted to see a photo, or maybe I asked her if she had one. I can't remember which. And she sent me a photo of the kit a long time ago. It was probably October, I think. Oh. And I have not opened my packet, so I haven't actually peeked in my kit. I looked at the photo though, so I had an idea of what to expect somewhat, but I have pretty much forgotten that each day has been a surprise. Like and also just the act of unwrapping each individual skein and looking at it by itself, I'm observing more than when you just unwrap the whole lot and kind of do it all at once. So
yeah, I'm noticing a lot more variation in my skeins than I would have noticed, in a photo of just the entire thing all together.
Absolutely. Yeah. And even if you lay them out, you see it when you're knitting, you do look at it, but just so I confess I peeked early. And I was just showing Jana, I've got my what we call a bum bag here in Australia, a little bit, which I had made earlier this year through the same company, but with my Radvent pillow
pattern
knitting. Like, I took photos of the Radvent pillow and then made a textile print with it, which I've used. I had some yardage printed up as well, which I haven't sewn anything with yet, but it's got this little pocket.
Oh, there's a pocket.
That's awesome. So where's the buckle here? Yeah, it's one of these pouches which my son would wear like this across his chest.
Yes.
Yeah. Which obviously in America you call them fanny packs, which makes us laugh because fanny means something different to us than it does to you. You might have to look that up. But or maybe not. Think front versus back.
Right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, maybe don't look it up.
Maybe don't look it up. Yeah.
So we could probably we'll find a nice link to post below, so you can click on the link and find out the Aussie meaning. Or we might just edit this bit out. We'll see. Going red now. So but I can actually get some knitting in there, but I mostly wear one every day on my walks. When I take my dog for a walk, I like to put my phone and the dog lead and things like that.
And your keys and sure.
Yeah.
Do you can get some knitting in there though if you were just
this size one? I've got a smaller one that I made, but yeah, this one you could get like a little hat project or the start of a shawl, a couple of skeins.
Or a sock. A sock.
Or a sock if you're a sock knitter. And then you can walk along with your knitting and you can come out of the fanny pack bum bag.
Can you walk and knit at the same time?
It depends where I'm walking, really. If I'm walking,
right.
Yeah, so cruisy, flat ground, yeah, I can wander along and knit a bit.
I'm always afraid I'm going to trip and stab myself.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah. So on that note of having peaked early, I still don't know what to expect today. But my another, I haven't read these names out until each day. Indicolite, that's another name, Indicolite, which, given, I'm thinking indigo immediately, and given the blue in yesterday's, I'm guessing that we're headed for an indigo colour, but I could be completely off track with that.
We'll see.
We'll see. Day 18.
Yeah.
Well, it is on the indigo scale of things.
Oh, I like that a lot.
It's beautiful. With more of a light sky kind of
the
blue.
variegated. I really like that.
It was great to see yesterday's knit up in Terina's project too. It just looks so beautiful. Yeah.
I'll put a link to her Instagram. I wonder if I did. I'll put a link to her Instagram in the video, in the description down below, so people can watch what it looks like.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that so far.
Lots of things to link today.
No. Or not.
And how about you? Have you made some squares? We didn't talk about your knitting.
Well, I finished the one I was working on yesterday. That's blocking. It's a little damp. So I have my little number tag here with it. And I had some stuff going on, farm things earlier today, so I haven't knitted a whole lot, but this is the next one I have going here.
Oh, yeah.
So
gorgeous.
Not a lot. Oh, yeah, I really like this color. It's that kind of foresty green. I love that. Love it. Yeah. So, and before I open mine, I want to remind everybody that my giveaway for this skein of fingering weight, 460 something yards of hand painted fingering weight. This is 60% merino, superwash merino, 30% bamboo, and 10% nylon. So the giveaway for this is going on. I'll put the link down below, and it closes today. Well, midnight tonight. When this airs, it will be closing at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So
there's still time to enter.
Yes, awesome. There is still time to enter, but go do it. Don't procrastinate like I tend to procrastinate. Okay, day 17. 18.
Oh, candle.
Yeah,
yes.
It's 18. It's still day 17 here, but the video is for day 18. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that makes sense. Okay, the one I just held up was day 11. And it's kind of a sandy colored one with different speckles. Well, this is number 10, color number 10, which, so it goes right next to that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and see how it has some, just specks of different, there's some blue and tan color in there, and some, kind of different shades of brown mixed in there. And the name of this one is Mica. There we go.
Gorgeous.
I like the speckled ones.
Yeah, nice. Me too. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, well, yeah, what else? Today I've already posted in the daily thread for day 18, and I added a recipe for a cocktail / mocktail. There's two versions, and it's for a festive Mintini.
Oh.
So based on, yeah, it's pretty yummy. I thought, I want to make a cocktail for our videos. Maybe you can pop up a picture here of the cocktail. Because it's 9 a.m. I'm not actually having one right now. But I did have, as I was saying to Jana, a couple the other night because I made two. to photograph, and had one and then offered Andy the other and he declined. So I had that too. And before I knew it, I was feeling pretty merry. So they are strong. Yeah, so if you've seen the picture, you'll have seen the picture. It looks more like a martini. It's a clear cocktail, and it's got a yummy mint flavour. And then I used, instead of the olive, I was going to make chocolate truffles to put in, mint chocolate truffles, which then I found the Christmas lint balls, the mint version. They've got those in the stores at the moment here.
Yeah.
Each December they come in. Yeah, so poke a skewer through instead of an olive, and it looks like a martini, but it's a mintini. Nice. And there's lots of variations, but yes, it's quite yummy and festive and good for Friday.
So you have knitting, a lot of knitting going on this weekend then, if you're going to get your sweater done so you can wear it next week.
I do. I really need to do big chore day tomorrow, so I'm not sure that I'll get a lot done tomorrow, which is Saturday. Yeah. But yes, that's the hopeful plan.
We're going to dive into my stash organization tomorrow morning.
You didn't get there today?
No, it got procrastinated because we were getting some Christmas things in the mail, and then some farm stuff needed to be done. And so by the time we got round to thinking about starting that, it was already after lunch. And finally, we just thought, all right, we'll begin in the morning when we're all in a better mood.
Fresh, yes.
Yeah. Right.
So we're not traumatized today, but maybe tomorrow you'll be
yeah, I might be traumatized tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how rough my children are on me.
Well, it seems like you're being pretty rough on yourself. You're nearly let go of the Afghan.
No, it's fine. It'll be liberating. It really will. Because it's, something that you don't have kind of hanging over your head that is unfinished, that, you can let go of that. And the yarn can be used for something else or for someone else. Right.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting in a bin.
Yeah.
That's not good for anyone. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Okay.
You deserve a gold star.
We might have snow tomorrow. We'll see. It's been just kind of gray and not very exciting. Kind of the same. But we might have snow tomorrow. So
cool. Maybe you'll have a white Christmas after all.
I don't know. The kitty's stuck on my. Okay, there we go. I don't know if we'll have a white Christmas or not. It's pretty warm. It's in the 40s. What's that for you? So it's above freezing. It's about 10 degrees above freezing. So things are slushy and kind of muddy, and if it snows a little bit tomorrow, then we'll see if it lasts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Same for you? Has it been kind of meh? You said you mentioned
it's cooled down a bit. We had a warm start to the week, quite warm, and now I haven't checked the Fahrenheit comparison, but it's around 20 degrees pretty much until Christmas. So it's not cold, it's mild, but it's not summery particularly.
Yeah, kind of grey and rainy. Yeah.
Today we've got grey and rain, which is good knitting weather. Good knitting weather. So
yes,
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we'll chat again tomorrow.
We will. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks. You too.